Surprise, we are our own advertisement this week. If you didn't know, Becky and I also have our own storefront on Amazon. We are Amazon affiliates.
Yes.
We are so sorry. We have been MIA this summer. We normally present to you some of our favorite picks from Amazon every Saturday morning. Because the summer has been chaotic, we haven't been able to do that. So we thought we would run you through some of the all-time favorites of this past summer.
Yes.
So if you still want to shop in these last few hot weeks of summer, there's a great time to do so.
Get it while it's hot.
Mm-hmm. So Becky, take us through some of these pieces.
Well, this is so fun. We wanted to give you some real variety from sets to dressing. This is the easiest. We love to pop on a dress. It's the easiest head to toe style. Prints, of course, so hot. Think about a fabric switch up, something from a cotton into something that's more of like a rayon span that's going to give you a dressier feel. Hey now.
Yeah.
Also wrinkle free. That's one of the things we love about a rayon span. Nice V-neck on that olive. Olive is still a huge color coming out of summer, but going into fall as well. Think about that as a transition.
And sets aren't going anywhere.
You know what? This has really been, if there's something that you need to grab onto matching sets. It's the easiest way to put looks together, but then when you're traveling, you can take those, break them up.
Like this with white jeans.
Cutie.
Most of you are going to probably put a tank top under this, but okay, set dressing, still really big. The vest and the stripes are still available. I'm just going to drop the shorts. T-shirt dressing, this is the highest quality we could find at the lowest price. It is really high quality.
That is a nice touch.
Great ruching and stretch for the curves right where you need them, none where you don't want them. And then of course, one of the easiest, I think this looks like those $400 Fit and Flare floral dresses. I think this was under $40. And then Becky and I both have, I have a piece you've never seen, a lace-up back pocketed dress.
I love it.
I put it with the important scarf.
It's so cute. And then I did a little Rami Brooke, just a little bit silkier. Think about it for wedding season. If you're going to be a guest, I think black is always appropriate. Great length, a lot of ruching and elastic at that waist, so you can kind of play with the way that falls on your body.
We love elastic.
Amen, sister. Thank you,
So
Lord.
here's the deal. Our Amazon affiliate link is attached in the show notes. You can go there, see all of the biggest hits that you have all loved from this summer. You can shop through Amazon through those links and see what else we have recommended. We are going to start wrapping up summer, and then when we come around to fall, we're going to get started again on our live Saturday mornings and have all of our fall picks for you as far as fashion goes. By the way, this was our number one selling shoe from our affiliate length for the summer. It's a great dupe on that favorite H design.
Yes.
So click the link in the Amazon link in the show notes. Happy shopping, and let's get right back to the pod.
For 3 generations, Elizabeth Grant has been delivering results. This is the only skincare collection in the world that offers Essence of Jerusalem that has literally transformed millions of people's skin around the world. And now they're exclusively supporting our podcast and all of you with an exclusive coupon code, Turkey25. Yep, Turkey25. Use that when you shop at elizabethgrant.com. Start with the Essence of Jerusalem, the first ever serum in the beauty market, and then explore the rest of the collection. They have something for every skincare need, every age, every skin type, and they have an exclusive coupon code just for our listeners. It's Turkey25. Head to elizabethgrant.com and enjoy shopping with your exclusive discount.
Hey, baby. Ooh. I wanna know if you'll be my girl. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey. Your turn. Well, hopefully you're singing along by now. 5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome into So Happy You're Here podcast. I'm Erin. This is Becky. It is your weekly hour to forget about your to-do list.
Should we breathe?
To forget about the worries of the week. To just have a good conversation with girlfriends that could mean something. It could mean absolutely nothing.
A good old-fashioned giggle.
And Rebecca and I have agreed today that it is an hour of giggles today. We're not going to worry about a thing. We're not stressed out. We're not worrying about anything.
Yeah.
We're not talking about how my son is moving in just a few days to Alabama to go to Auburn, and therefore I made us both dress like
we're going to talk
Southern
in a
Auburn
Southern
moms.
accent from
We're
here
not going
on
to talk
out.
about what's happening in the world.
No, ma'am.
We're not going to talk about how I had to take my tinfoil hat off because the conspiracy theories almost put me under.
Listen, I'm going to burn my phone is what's going to happen.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
just
talking
going to
about
get
any of
me a
that.
track phone, get me a flip, like just an old school razor.
That's right. Just a flip phone.
That's
a portable,
all
as
we
my
need.
dad would call it.
A nice portable.
I dare you to get a landline. Plug something into the wall and see what happens next.
You know what my old number was?
Go ahead.
952-922-2292. and it killed me to get rid of it. That's a phenomenal number.
That's a really good phone number.
You build a business around that.
Or a lot of suitors.
2292 or something like. And there I did.
I
Just
feel
let
like
it go.
I heard that being sung on like DJ booths across bars throughout Minneapolis.
Right? Well, I was writing it in every bathroom. I don't know how people didn't know.
And all the men come running, and some girls too. Who could blame them? So we're going to do anywhere for 45 minutes to an hour of just some good giggles.
So you say. I'll be the judge of that.
So, we're all real friends, and Becky and I are real friends behind the scenes, whether she cares to admit it or not.
That was always a big question.
Yeah,
Do you
people
remember
would
that?
always say, are you guys really friends?
Yes.
Well, to be honest, we all got along.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody got along. There's only a few bad actors that just didn't get along.
I like that expression.
Our group got along really well. And then we did hang out outside of work, and we're truly friends. And Becky and I were two of those. And she didn't start admitting it to like 2022, but I'm not going to think about that for
I
too
would
long.
run and run and run, and she's fast.
So you know what good friends do? What they really do is they find memes that make each other giggle and send them back and forth. And so in the spirit of forgetting about the darkness of this world that we are currently living in and the crap that's going down in our little town right now,
Oh, Lord, you guys. We just can't catch a
I
break.
thought we would go through some of the things that I have recently sent Rebecca that I think are just a hoot.
And here's what I think is so funny. You could absolutely tell when we have a quiet moment, maybe poolside, maybe pre-bedtime, because you can kind of tell.
They just start coming through as fast as possible. This was one where typically on little crimes, I think, who cares? Where's the crime?
Right.
But this one had me in a tizzy.
What?
A man was kicked out of an IMAX theater after bringing a fully functioning crock pot of chili and selling bowls in the back row.
So wait, now those of you that have been with us for weeks and weeks and weeks, we did have the young man at the Waffle House.
Now, he had a karaoke party. He was charging $10 to come in to the Waffle House bathroom at 2 a.m. and sing karaoke.
Well, it was a contest, I think.
No, I think so too. And you know what? The two of us didn't see any crime in that.
No.
And that poor man got arrested.
So did this man,
I see a lot of crime in this chili.
is he trying to feed the people, or is he
Well,
trying?
he was making money. He was selling bowls of it. So I do see crime in this because I don't want to sit next to anybody in a dark theater who just had a big bowl of chili.
Okay, this reminds
Gross.
me. There was a short film, like, I don't know what you call it, retrospective. Like, we used to go to theaters and they would do all these short films, or they would do all the European commercials. One of these I will never, ever forget. I think it was called Chili. And it was about a girl who liked a boy. And he asked her out, maybe to a dance.
Yes.
And she's getting ready. Remember, this is very, very tight. And she's eating chili throughout the entire day. And
Before her date with said fellow?
yes.
What a terrible mistake. Does she not know?
Of course.
Okay.
But he comes around, they're walking out to the car. She does what you imagine she would do.
Farted?
In the car. Like, she can't hold it.
Wait, now how do you know these people?
This is a movie. Like, this is a short film. And I remember thinking, you would never do that. But the bit of the movie was that he is walking back around to his side. That's not enough time for
Everything to clear
dispersal.
out? No.
The joke was there was another couple in the back seat.
And she blamed it on them?
She tooted. The camera pans back to these other people. But I was like,
I just still don't see the humor in
it's
that.
such an implausible premise.
What's wrong with the movies you're watching? Like, I'm going to blame this on
dumb.
you.
It was so, I was like, you would never.
What a ridiculous movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Which reminds me, has anybody ever seen the peanut butter solution?
What's the peanut butter solution?
Remind me to talk about it in our next segment, okay?
Is it a diet?
It's a movie from the 80s that is congruent with what you were just talking about. Ridiculous. Anyway, I thought that was hysterical. And if I saw a man with chili in the back seat or in the back row of an IMAX, it'd be over. I'd slap that man.
You've got the Thin Mints at the grocery store. You've got a lemonade stand, and now you have a chili.
You don't bring
chili
anything
off.
that makes you pass gas or break wind. Okay, dude. Also, there's another meme that I sent, or not meme, I don't know what they're called, but a little thing, a little post that I sent to Becky that apparently there was a fashion show being held at a beach in Australia.
Oh.
And a random tourist accidentally got into the runway and was walking. And all I could think of, he's living my dream. What a dream to accidentally find yourself on the runway with people looking at you and applauding you. I would do the craziest things. Would you be horrified or thrilled?
I think it would be amazing if nobody knew. If it was a bet and it was like, get in there, go right now, blend in, just make it like you're doing a pass.
Yeah, just like a wedding crasher.
So good.
But, yeah, so this man, it appeared as though he had no idea. Like he got, it looks like they're walking down kind of the steps onto a beach. And I don't think he was none the wiser that he was in this. So he gets to the bottom of the steps and he's on the stand and he starts drying out himself off.
And he's in the middle of the show.
All I can
like Kathy Hilton.
Yeah, exactly. Like Kathy Hilton. All I can think about is me at St. Joseph's in front of Father Mannion, just starting to break out in dance. If you haven't listened to episode 1, it really does break down who we are as people. And I just thought, what a lucky fellow to accidentally find himself in that runway.
I just think that would be, you're dreaming and dreaming that you will get the call to step up on stage and do I Need a Hero.
Yeah.
Or whatever you have prepared.
Yeah. Or not prepared. I'm also good at improv of any sort, dance or otherwise.
That's right.
Okay, this was the next one that I sent Becky. Now, this was at a funny time, so I might have been drunk myself.
What time of day is this? Because this is how you'll know. 10:30 at night, usually.
This is like an 11:30ish. So I'm starting to like fall in and out of sleep, but I'm still thinking Becky really needs to see this. A naked man was arrested at a Planet Fitness for telling the police that he thought the gym was just a judgment-free zone.
They do market themselves as that.
They do. And I have seen a lot of people who live in their cars. They use Planet Fitness as like their monthly place to go take a shower.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody working out there nude. I don't belong there.
I think.
But if they say it's judgment free,
Listen, let's push those boundaries. You know what?
If he's proud of his body, they do have a photo of him. Or
Should he
said,
be proud?
Well,
There's no judgment. We can't
maybe
say.
he started out in a little.
A higher state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I would be afraid if this man was running on. At least I hope he was like not seated with a bare bun.
Ooh.
And not running. You don't want to see that that
Jiggle,
shit
wiggle, wiggle,
jiggling
jiggle,
about.
wiggle.
I'm hoping he was just like standing doing curls.
I hope he is bringing a towel and doing a wipe down.
Yeah.
You know how people, when they
lot.
don't clean off the machines? So have you seen the girl who, this is actually cool. She did live in her car and she just got her first apartment.
Oh, good for her.
She's been saving. And people have been following her journey. Here's the part though, that I realized where my cynicism kicks in. Yeah. She was also getting donations.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is a really neat story and people do want to support. And she did get in and amen to that. But it's also like brought to you by Crate and Barrel Furniture. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is it a real thing?
I think some are and some are not, but that girl does not sound like a real thing.
Wow.
Now, this is a real review that came in. I move on to the next thing that I sent Becky.
What time of night is this?
Same? This is 8:01 p.m.
Right?
So I am lucid.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is early in the evening, post-dinner.
8:01 p.m.
Okay.
Well, around this house, you don't know. I might still be trying to figure out what's for dinner at 8:01 p.m. But this is a real review that came in from a woman. She gave a restaurant she gave an Outback restaurant a 2-star review.
What did they do to deserve that?
Diana says, I am absolutely livid. My husband drove all the way to pick up our Outback order and you forgot the blooming onion. That was the only thing I wanted.
That's the whole reason you go to an Outback.
She comes back just about an hour later. 4.5-star review. She says, my fat husband ate the blooming onion in the car and lied. I am sorry and I don't know how to delete my other review.
He's going to let Outback take the hit?
My fat husband. I would have added an ass. My fat ass husband.
Oh
Thank God
gosh.
he came clean. She was trying to take down Outback. They're a national treasure here.
Oh, I have to tell you. So there's an Outback joke in The Hawk. It's a new Will Ferrell show on Netflix. I cannot recommend.
Which one?
It's called The Hawk. He's a golfer. It's not great.
So I'm going to put this out there and she's going to deny it. And 6 months from now, we're all going to know it's true. What is wrong with what you're watching?
The Hawk. It's called, Phrogging. That's the other thing.
You're watching the stupidest show. You just told us a stupid thing about a girl who ate chili and farted in a car and there was no punchline whatsoever.
No, it was that it was.
This is our laughing episode, Becky.
The Hawk is supposed to be a comedy. That's not funny.
But the other day you recommended a show and it was so bad we had to cut it.
Oh gosh, you guys, that was bad. The Shards.
She was like, I'd really like to recommend the show. And I'm like, okay, I haven't seen it or anything. And since you called me out for ODing on my new medicine. I'm like, all right, recommend it. So she recommends it. She calls me later and she's like, oh, abort. Nope. I just watched more and it's too much.
But it's getting all kinds of pub right now because Kaia Gerber's in it.
Kaia Gerber is beautiful. I saw Kaia Gerber and Cindy and Randy one time in Miami. We were staying at the same hotel.
What?
And we were having breakfast at the same time.
Did you lose your ever-loving?
Well, none of us have any cool factor. So we started out like this and we ended like, none of us had any cool factor.
Did they look like $1 million? I mean, what a beautiful family.
We have had I think for the most part, the pleasure. There's been some unpleasurable moments of meeting celebrities. And there are some who definitely live up to the hype. And there are some where you can see, oh, you had a filter on.
Flash in the pan, yeah.
Kaia and Cindy walked out and I thought, I have never seen two things more beautiful in my life.
Honestly.
They look even more beautiful in real life. Now, this was probably 6 years ago.
So she was young, like
she was a teenager. Yeah. Like she was there with her
What
mom
did they
and
say?
dad.
She's the cut and paste of her mom.
It was all of us, even James, who at the time was really just into like pancakes and, fruit.
Dinosaurs or something.
Yeah. He was like, oh, like it looked like a statue was walking by. They're beautiful, just gorgeous. Anyway, Diana, I'm happy that you told the truth about Outback. So Outback didn't go down. Now, there's a lot of weird things happening in the little town we live in right now. It's just we're in an uproar, but there is one exciting thing. There's an 82-year-old woman who is helping to end Minnesota's happy hour ban in assisted living facilities.
God love her.
And if Becky and I ever felt like getting into public service, this is the woman we're helping out.
This gal, I'll link it in the show notes. She is a fighter for justice. What has happened is because they live in a corporate kind of setting, if you had a happy hour, it was basically like you're not a bar. So there was a rule that you couldn't provide alcohol to the residents.
Right.
Well, she had enough of that. She Norma Ray'd it. She fought for justice and truth.
Yeah.
And she got it overturned. And she said, my favorite line that she says is, you can't have these people out here slipping on ice trying to get their box of wine. And isn't that the truth?
What a hero. There are still heroes amongst us, and she is one of them, and congratulations to you.
they say.
Now, there's another one that I sent Becky that had me kind of going down a road.
Uh-oh.
There was a little meme from Boss Girls, and I should probably be giving all these people credit on social media, so sorry. But there's one from Boss Girls, and she says, kids today are 19 years old and depressed. When I was 19 years old, I was a hoe. That's not from me or Becky, okay? That's from a woman.
Who among us cast the first stone?
It did make me laugh. And B, it made me go back and look at the 80s.
Yeah.
You were in your teenage years in 80s. I was teenage years in 90s.
Yeah.
Because we're 10 years apart. And surprisingly, Becky's 10 years older than me. I know she looks younger, so back off. But I started going down the road of like, kids now, what they're afraid of or what was happening versus what was happening to us in the 90s.
Well, we hadn't had 9/11. I mean, they have real things to be afraid of.
Yes, but this is 45 minutes to an hour of giggles. We're not here to think about the real worries of the world.
So I'm thinking, 70s for me, 80s, little kid fears.
70s and 80s, and then I was 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was easy for girls of the 80s and 90s to be a hoe because you didn't really have anything to be scared of. We weren't as afraid.
Maybe somebody brought a camera, but they had to get it developed, and that's going to take 3 weeks, so we're fine.
And the things to be afraid of were so different, such as quicksand.
Never came up. Land of the Lost, though, I think there was a lot of quicksand in some of those shows that we watched.
In The Neverending Story.
There was quicksand.
The horse. And by the way, Neverending Story was traumatic for me.
That was a weird-ass movie.
It was a weird-ass movie.
Was that like a...
I'm sure you watched it a lot because you have terrible
Muppets? Was it like those puppet? Wasn't it like a...
Well, there was that large flying furry dog meets lizard.
Yes.
That flew. And I really don't know the premise of The Neverending Story.
Just the song.
The Neverending Story. It creeped me out, and it might have really been the precipice. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Precipice of why I don't like anything other than a rom-com.
Because it was too scary.
It was icky. And then that sweet horse died in quicksand. And there was other movies.
Princess Bride had quicksand.
Yeah, but did anybody else find themselves wandering around worried like, I better not step in that dirt. It might be quicksand.
Yeah, I think that was a general threat.
Yeah.
I mean, Halloween candy, I think we were supposed to be afraid of.
I'm still afraid of it. You know, when we would,
Would you check it for the kids?
well, not anymore. At this point, they're on their own. But
Eat those razors. Eat that apple.
because even when Will was little, there was still like, you better check them for
But was
stuff.
that a real thing though?
Was there really a razor blade in there?
Who knows?
Yeah, if you guys ever found a razor blade in your candy, hopefully you're still alive to tell the story. But please report on it.
I bet you if you heard the story in your town, you knew which house it came from.
Well, this is what happened in our town.
What?
First of all, my sweet, sweet grandma and grandpa, who I adore and love so much, their neighbor across the street was an older woman and she was single. And speaking of your favorite chili movie with farts,
Oh no.
she was known for passing audible gas.
Crop duster?
A lot of audible though.
Oh,
Audible.
no.
So like
Maybe
like
her
that.
hearing wasn't so good. Maybe she didn't know people could,
Either she didn't give two shits
or she did.
or she couldn't hear. But we had two lures and they weren't even lures. These are truths. I witnessed and smelt them and heard them with my own eyes, ears, and nose. Okay. All of my senses were activated for this. So we would always obviously go to my grandparents' house to trick or treat. And then we'd go across the street to their neighbor. I won't say her name. I know she has since left this earth, but I don't want to.
No, respectful.
Yeah, I want to be respectful of her.
That's right.
But she would open the door and we would scream trick or treat and she would answer and every time, you guys. At one point I thought, does she have a whoopee cushion? But she's just standing there. She would audibly fart and then we would start laughing and she wouldn't think anything of it and she would give us our candy.
Oh my gosh.
The other one that was crazy, and now my parents, I love you, Mom and Dad, but we all know you weren't around a lot. I love you. And you did the best you could, but you know, we all know what's up. They should have been checking in on this one. There was another older single woman, and for a long time, she would just give 5 pennies wrapped in Scotch tape.
Oh, that's so cute.
So it was adorable. And I thought it was cute. At the time, I was like,
Go to the
what's this gonna
store,
get me?
lady.
But it was still
Yeah.
5 stacks of 5 pennies, and she would wrap them in Scotch tape, and everybody would get a little roll.
Really cute.
Well, we should have probably checked in on her a few years later. She started giving away Cheetos, but loose Cheetos. So she had
Put her hand
a bag of Cheetos and she would take her hand and give a handful and just drop a handful of loose Cheetos into everybody's bag.
This poor lady, it probably happened every year where she was like, oh, damn it. That's right. That's tonight. Let me
she was
just see
already
what I've got.
wrapping up 5 pennies in Scotch tape.
But she stopped planning.
When she started dropping handfuls of Cheetos into people's bags, we probably should have said something. And if my parents were around to check, that should have also been a red flag. Why is there one woman doing handfuls of Cheetos? Another thing that I think scared us a lot, we didn't have time to worry about what could happen if we were hoes, was the Bermuda Triangle.
Well,
Is that still around? Do you fly through it?
it was okay. So there was a show called In Search of in the 70s and 80s, I think. And that was a frequent, you flew through it in, what was it, near Bermuda, I guess.
Yeah.
And
a triangle.
planes would just
But is that still
disappear.
a thing, or was that just like a old wives' tale? But I remember thinking, and I didn't get to start traveling internationally till college.
Yeah.
I never traveled internationally with when I back home when I lived with my parents, and I would worry if I heard of somebody being very exotic and going outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's it. They're going to get sucked into the Bermuda Triangle.
We'll never see them again.
Yeah, we got to look into that. Has anybody again?
It doesn't come up anymore.
Yeah,
You're
was
right.
that just like a thing?
Maybe to keep-
distract us?
See, like all the other things, we won't go down this road.
The other thing that we were really worried about were vans full of people with candy trying to chase you and tackle you and kidnap you.
Yeah.
I really was on the lookout for vans and candy.
But white vans, I mean, like a work van.
Not one has ever stopped me. And I have to tell you, I mean, once you got to know me, you probably wouldn't have wanted to kidnap me. But like, I was small and I was female.
Yeah.
And so I was a prime target for those vans that they said they were going to be stopping me all the time and getting me.
And you're out there kickball changing. You're trying.
Listen, I'm looking for their attention. I'm literally putting myself on display, hoping they do.
We had the ice cream man. I think you were supposed to be afraid of the ice cream man too.
But you probably ran towards him. Yeah. I ran towards him. I didn't run away, did you?
No, with the bomb pops.
I ran,
You run
at
toward
him. Yes.
the delightful foods.
But they had us convinced, late 70s
Yeah.
to like early 90s with the milk cartons,
oh
that
gosh.
there were vans just, I never saw one.
But do you remember they did this on Oprah and they sat down and had the stranger danger talk and then somebody came up and they don't look scary. They were kind. They were nice.
Oh, when
And
they would do the hidden cameras.
Yeah. The kids are imagining like some scary monster. And I was like, oh no, this is a nice person.
When William was really little, before James came along, you've heard me tell the story of my girlfriend who convinced me to do this. Okay. Her daughter and her oldest daughter and my oldest son are only 4 months apart.
Yeah.
And when they were babies, we both stayed at home. And so we would take turns watching each other's kids a lot. Maybe one would go on a run or to yoga, or I would have an audition, or she would, have something going on. So we basically raised those two kids together.
Yeah.
And speaking of stranger danger, when they were getting to, 3 years old, like we could have these talks now. We would go to parks a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think my girlfriend was pregnant with her next. So we knew that there was a baby on the way. And so we needed to talk to them. So they were sitting down eating lunch one day. And I was saying to them, Will and Nora, I was saying, now you guys, when we go to the park, there could be strangers there. And, you need to stay close to mom. You need to stay close to me. And you never go anywhere where you can't see me.
Right.
And you never go with any strangers. And they were like, that's right. And I said, and what if a stranger comes up to you and they say they have candy for you? What do you do? And we had talked about this many times.
You're just reiterating. Yeah.
And they look at me and Nora goes, you say thank you? I said, that's freaking it. We're not going to the park again. I have been talking to you guys about strangers.
Manners are a big deal.
Yeah. But again, nobody ever approached them. Nobody ever approached them. No. You say thank you.
It's so cute.
I also one time was this is just a left-hand turn because it's all about poops and giggles today. Those same two children, when they were about 4 years old, they were 4 because James had just been adopted into our home.
Yes.
And I was, at that time, I was going to hang his name. It was really cute to hang their name.
Yeah.
So James,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
And so I was preparing them. I don't know what I was doing, but I was preparing them to be hung. And again, the two kids were at the table and eating lunch or something. And so I was doing the letters with them. And
Cute.
I'm like, you guys, this is James's name, James. I'm like, J, this is a J. So J sounds like this, J. And I was walking them through all the letters. And after I walked them through all the letters, I'm like, okay, now you guys tell me this. This is what? First letter of his name. And sweet little Nora looks at me and she goes, is it ketchup? And I went ashen. I'm like, oh my God, we got to get these kids to a specialty. And Will looks at her and goes, no, Nora, that's the number 4. And I thought, I take full accountability for raising these two children.
How old are they at this
4.
point?
Ketchup. I go, what? And Will goes, no, Nora. Like, he's like, that's the number 4. Dummy.
I try to keep up.
I literally threw those block letters across the room. Like, F this. I got to get these kids in school. Oh my God. God bless the homeschoolers of the world.
I think about that all the time too. I mean, really, there is a special place in heaven for homeschool moms.
I told Nora's mom, my good girlfriend, who also makes me do terrible things. I told her that story and I said, that's it. We have got to get these kids in some sort of school.
We're failing them.
I'm like, they're never going to go to college. Great news. They're both going to great institutions for college. They both graduated high school.
Good old ketchup and 4.
Ketchup. I said, oh my God, did the vaccine get you? No, Nora, that's number 4.
Did Jenny McCarthy come knocking?
I was like, it's true. I can't trust Western medicine. One of the other things that I was really afraid of in the 80s and 90s, and even going into college, was free drugs. D.A.R.E to keep kids off drugs made it seem like there were just people out there giving you free drugs.
On every street corner.
Now, listen, I'm not into drugs, but I'll have you know, after being around them for, I don't know why, so many different times.
They're not free.
Exactly.
Although if you were a
Free.
good salesperson, maybe you did that first taste.
Oh, you're not supposed to get high on your own supply. But remember the eggs frying in the pan and they're like, this is your brain on drugs. And they made it seem like the same strangers with candy were going to pop out from behind a tree.
Now
and
they switched
hand
over to
you
drugs.
Free heroin.
Maybe that's it though. Maybe you graduated from candy and now they're in that white van.
Did you ever get offered free drugs from anybody in your life?
Never.
I never did.
No free lunch.
No free drugs. Wait, I have a story and I don't know if it's appropriate to tell.
We'll make a break right
I'm
there.
going to tell it. I'm going to tell this story.
We'll see.
You can even cut it.
Maybe
after
this will
if
be
it's
like
not appropriate.
it'll be like my Shards review.
So remember D.A.R.E? Was D.A.R.E a big thing when you were little?
It was coming on after. So I was probably in high school when
it
you
was
guys
coming
were
on
in
strong.
elementary.
I
yeah.
had to do D.A.R.E in elementary school. D.A.R.E to keep kids off drugs.
So where are we? Like, is this Reagan? Is this like 80? Where are we?
Yeah, I think the Reagans did a lot.
Or 84? Where would we be in time and space? Okay.
Yeah, because
Nancy Reagan, that was like her deal.
Yeah, good for her too.
Right.
I also like Nancy Reagan's style. I feel she doesn't get enough. She was such a prim and proper queen.
They were Hollywood. I mean, we forget. We have already done this once before with Hollywood people.
Today's a laughing episode. We're not going down my conspiracy theories. Okay. Speaking of D.A.R.E.
What was
I can tell this.
Drugs and
Drug and alcohol resistance education,
Yes.
or drug and alcohol resistance education, something along those lines.
Okay.
And so anybody listening to this was either parenting somebody or going through drugs.
Yeah.
Or not going through drugs, but going through the D.A.R.E program. And if you are young enough to have not gone through the D.A.R.E program, maybe it stopped after this story, I have to tell you. So of the things we were scared about in the 80s and 90s, quicksand, the Bermuda Triangle,
free drugs,
anything with fat,
strangers
in it.
with candy.
Better be fat free for sure.
Oh, that's right.
Strangers with candy and puppies.
Red dye number, whatever.
I'm still afraid of red dye. So. Anyway, they had a program called D.A.R.E, and it was where I think local police officers or local, I don't know, people would come into your kids or your own classrooms and teach you about, why to be scared of drugs and alcohol. And it was a good program.
Like coloring sheets and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah. And listen, we're not here to make fun. I mean, you should be teaching kids and teenagers and adults alike what can happen to you if you engage in too much drinking and of course, of alcohol and of course of drugs. That we should all be knowledgeable on that.
For
okay.
Sure.
But they were the ones who would always act like there were people at the park waiting with free cocaine.
They were definitely trying to scare you.
Yes, they were definitely trying
scared
to scare you.
straight.
So you would go through the D.A.R.E program where I grew up in small town Wisconsin. And if you are from this town, we don't need to talk about that. I told it. Just chill.
It's just between us.
Chill. So anyway, at the end, in my town, I think we graduated in 5th grade from D.A.R.E. We would have like a little D.A.R.E graduation, and the police officers would come in and give you your diploma or whatever, and we would all sign like a decree that says,
like a promise.
Yeah, we'll never. And I'm like, don't worry about me. I'm too busy kissing Kirk Cameron on my wall. Like, I'm not going to let drugs and alcohol ruin all of this. How am I going to do my cartwheels for the unmarked vans and trucks driving by if I'm high as a kite? Don't you dare worry about me. I am too boy crazy to get into drugs and alcohol. So anyway, the D.A.R.E program, I think, lasted quite a few decades in our small town. Mm-hmm. So I want to fast forward into post-high school graduation.
Okay.
It's not right. And again, this is just between
us. But it's okay.
It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Was that Whitney?
Mm-hmm,
One
I
of her
think so.
last. I love you, Whitney. I love you so much. So fast forward, it's post-graduation. And listen, there was a bunch of kids my age. I was there. And it was the end of kind of graduation season. And our graduation parties in the late 90s and in small town Wisconsin were very different from the graduation circuit.
I am
just went
imagining
through.
you in the cornfield that you picked when you were a
Yes.
young lady.
And, the parents would all do nice jobs of having, their homemade buffets of food in the garages, but it wasn't like these huge parties.
Yeah,
People would stop by, wish you well, leave.
Drop a card.
It wasn't like then the parents had a party and the kids had a party and and it was regulated. By the end of the party, it would just be crazy kids, sneaking back into the cornfield for a few minutes and then coming back out to the party with like one eye crossed. Okay. You following me? They were having drinks. So lo and behold, we're at one of these parties, and this is in like the outskirts of not only in the small town, but we're like 10 miles out.
Oh, you're basically
We used
in
to call
another
it
town.
We'd call it the country.
Yeah.
It's kind of the farmland in between the two small towns, rural towns. And our head officer of D.A.R.E, who was the police chief of our small town, and he was the head officer of D.A.R.E.
What?
I will call him Officer Smith.
Okay.
He is deceased, so I feel like it's okay that I tell this story.
Yes.
And for R.I.P. Officer Smith.
Yes, of course.
He shows up at this grad party.
No.
And
How old is he?
I would say at the time it seemed as though he was 75, but recalling it, I bet he was probably only 15 years older than us.
Okay.
So he was probably in his mid to late 30s.
Is he somebody's dad?
Mid 30s. No, he is single. Rumor has it he dated one of our teachers. Which I can't blame him.
When she
was
says
cute.
rumor.
By the way, she's also deceased. So now I'm starting to feel odd about this. But anyway.
Okay.
At the time, he was single, and he was our D.A.R.E officer, and he had been the D.A.R.E officer there, and he had been our chief of police. So he shows up
Oh, boy.
in his cop car.
Come on.
In his suit.
This is like
in
from
his
Bridesmaids.
uniform. Okay, so he shows up, and we're all like, "Hi, Officer Smith."
To hang out?
Well, we're all kind of looking at each other like, "What's he doing here?"
He's going to arrest you for breaking your promise.
And exactly, I signed an oath with him in 5th grade.
You're going to jail.
That swore I was never going to do drugs or alcohol. Number one, because I wanted to be on point for the hotties. But number two,
Brian
it was the
Boitano
right
might
thing to do. What if Brian Boitano saw me?
He'd be so
What
disappointed.
if Kirk Cameron found his way to Western Wisconsin? I got to be ready. I got to look good. The cartwheel's got to be ready. So anyway, he's wandering around in his cop uniform. His cop car's there.
This is official business.
And now we're all kind of like, and you know, you're also, especially a child of the 80s or 90s. I'm so sorry to the kids who now have like insecurity and depression. We were just riddled with self-esteem.
Totally.
And we just thought everything was going to work out for the best.
Yes.
So he gets out his breathalyzer
No.
and he's like, all right, line up. Line up.
So this is the completion of your training.
So we line up and I'm like, nuts. This is terrible. Oh no. Thank God nobody's driving, you know.
Is he just doing it as like a fun test? Like, I want you guys to see really what's up.
Clutch your pearls.
No.
Clutch them. So he starts breathalyzing us. Okay. Whoever has the lowest breathalyzer, the lowest number,
He's going to give a...
you do a keg stand with him. What?
You got to catch up. Get that number up. You got
Whoever lowest in this group, keg stand. I don't care if Aaron's
This
5'2" and 90 pounds. Come on.
This guy knows how to party.
He's in official garb. He drove a cop car out there and he brought a breathalyzer and encouraged those people with a low blood alcohol level. And by those people, I mean
You.
graduates.
Here, who wants to try my
When
my,
was your
my
first
cuffs?
keg stand with my D.A.R.E officer?
I thought it was going to be like an end around, like a big final moment of, see you kids. I would give you a DUI right now if you were driving. No, ma'am. He wants to drink right with you.
You're gonna do a keg stand. Okay. Now that's messed up. And you know what's even more messed up? My girlfriends and I, who are still really close from that small town.
Yes.
So we just, you know, nobody batted an eye. When that was actually happening in real time, we were just like, what a guy.
You guys, by today's standards, somebody would be on the phone with...
You would be arrested.
Yes.
As you should be.
I don't know.
Okay.
He's a community member.
I'm just... The police chief and lead D.A.R.E officer should not be breathalyzing anybody
And
as a
drinking
party trick
with
to
17-year-olds.
do a keg stand. This is outrageous.
Well, yeah, it's underage. I mean, every other town in America, the kids would be running because they'd get busted.
We were like, what are we going to do? At the time, nobody batted an eye. We went off to college. High five. See you later. Unfortunately, I did hear of his untimely passing maybe 10, 15 years ago. So I
Doggone
do
it.
think we're past the statute of limitations
think
and
so.
he's a deceased person. So I don't think anyone can get in trouble at this point.
And you so cleverly disguised his name. So
Yes.
it's clearly someone
And
else.
anybody listening from my small town knows exactly what I'm talking about and can totally confirm this.
I told you we were going to do a spin-off podcast that was all about small town USA.
My mother is begging me not to. My mother
Not
is begging
everybody.
me not to.
All
My
the
mom said,
Smiths. All the
"It's still my friends and my family. You cannot tell these stories. But
No, they can corroborate
the
it.
craziest thing is all my girlfriends who think Becky is the biggest celebrity they've ever met and cannot believe that she sits in the same room with me and congratulates her on her successful podcast. Not me, not a one. We did not realize that was super effed up.
No, it really is.
And I'm not kidding. Till like we were 40.
Okay, so here's
we
the
were
problem.
we were like, wait a minute, that was weird.
That was weird.
That was predatory. That was weird.
This is when I tell girls of today, it was a different time. It doesn't make sense to them because the way their brains are wired, it's like, no, literally nobody would have thought twice about that.
If I would have said, hey, I don't think this grown man should be around teenagers at a party. I don't think this grown man should be drinking with us.
The rash of crap you would have gotten if you said that. If you said,
People would have been like, you're such a bummer.
Yeah.
What a buzzkill. Get your own tractor ride home. Because that was safer than driving a car.
this is like an after school special.
No,
This
that's
is
what I'm talking about. We
Aaron
grew
would
up-
have been the truth teller.
We grew up with these after school specials. We grew up with D.A.R.E. And so when I saw the meme that I sent to Becky that said kids now call themselves depressed, I called myself a hoe. You could interchange hoe with, you don't have to be sexually promiscuous, but you know what I'm talking about? We were worried about the craziest things, and the things we were worried about, they didn't even care.
No.
The teachers didn't even care.
No one was taking care of you. You should have been worried about that. No one, like,
Mom?
God, who's out there checking on the kids?
Dad?
The police.
Were you there? But that was the other thing, because I feel like, and I bet you can all relate to this too. It's not just Becky and I. And even though we grew up in two totally different worlds, she was in inner city Minneapolis and I was in rural Wisconsin. We grew up in the same type of environment where you just figured it out.
A little Ferrell.
There was no time to sit down and say, I wonder how I'm feeling today.
Oh my gosh. Let me check in.
There was no time. And so I am happy.
You don't want to talk about diaries. We didn't have time to write in our diaries.
We didn't.
We can't Dr. Fauci this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, again, we don't talk about politics, but
It is hysterical.
as of this recording,
Come on, you guys. It's funny.
there's a lot about the Fauci Diaries that are coming out now to be very angry and upset and worried about. But the funny part is, what sort of grown-ass man is keeping a diary
He's
like that?
like a 14-year-old girl.
Was he writing in, does he have Lisa Frank as well?
A little troll
Should I
on
share
the edge of his pencil.
Should I share my Lisa Frank stationery with him? Was
Oh
he
my
truly
gosh.
writing in a pen?
I think
today
it was.
everyone thinks I'm a hero.
Yes.
No,
the
he
press is
wasn't.
nuts about me. I mean, that page
Did he
after
really
page.
write that?
Or do you think it was a typed, was he doing something for his memoirs?
I don't know.
Because Andy Cohen documents every day, so he has something to write about later.
Yeah. Now, Andy Cohen's diary is more in step with probably
Yes.
without the drugs.
You wouldn't imagine the leader of the scientific community.
Right. I can see. Okay. We talk about one police chief and D.A.R.E officer in a town of 2,500. We talk about Andy Cohen's funny stories. The leader pretty much of the free world's health
Yes.
was writing a diary.
About Barbara Streisand being a hoot. And
Did he really
Jake
write that in
Tapper
there?
at dinner and the media falling in love with him.
guys.
It is like a little girl that a cute boy liked her.
Is it true though? Was it really him writing it?
I think so. I don't know, because this is the other thing. Then now in Conspiracy Town, why do we even know about this? How do we know
Yeah,
about
did
this?
he just show up one day with his diaries and be like, everybody read these? Like, who came across them?
No, someone found the little key and they turned it
No,
in
they
the
did
lock.
not. Did they really?
No, I'm just teasing. I'm just imagining the little book.
What do you mean your diary? Was it online and somebody hacked him?
Maybe that's it. No, I mean, there was a subpoena and I think they got papers, but
Was he writing in a number 2 pencil?
why don't you have it under your bed where it belongs? So your brother doesn't find it.
Why don't you burn that immediately? God, Fauci, what is wrong with you? Also, if you are from our time, get back together with some of your friends and maybe some of your family members and say, hey, was that right? Because,
Let's check in.
My girlfriends and I from small town, we want to write a podcast series loosely based on the things that have gone down in our town. You would die.
Well, and so wait, do you think though, by today's standards, it would be like criminal? Or is it just like effed up?
I would say, again, my mother begs me not to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's criminal activity for a police chief to breathalyze underage kids and then make them do keg stands.
Does your mom know this story, or is this? Did you just?
Well, we had to take it easy because when me and my girlfriend started realizing that there was a lot of weird stuff that happened there.
Yeah.
And we started telling our moms. Part of this, what we would tell my mom is some of the things we knew and we did is because we would sneak out of my parents' house.
Oh, so you can't out yourself quite yet.
Well, we totally can. My girlfriends were like,
It's 25 years ago.
you know, we snuck out of your basement. And my mom was like, what?
Oh, you don't want to. Yeah.
She felt sad.
Oh, Teresa,
she felt
I'm
sad.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
She was like, what do you mean you snuck out of my house? I'm like, not only did we sneak out, hold on, Mom. we
you want her to
snuck some
pause?
people in. But listen, I wasn't doing drugs. My brain was not a fried egg in a skillet.
And her blood alcohol was apparently low enough to do a keg
So
stand.
low, I had to do a keg stand. Okay? Don't get mad, Mom. But
And I'm sure it was just other girls coming in. I'm sure of it.
I've been boy crazy my whole life, Mom. It's something you've always known. You're the one who took me to see Brian Boitano. This is on you. How was I supposed to know he wasn't into girls? No, we would sneak out. And so then she didn't want to hear too much. But when we started getting together and learning, like, oh, that wasn't normal. That's odd.
Yeah.
You know, I touched on it. My classmate married one of my teachers.
I think it's around that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I don't know if it wasn't criminal. They didn't do anything wrong. She was a consenting adult when they got married.
But we had one like that too, where it was like the teacher that was just like a little bit young, probably hitting on the seniors, you know.
We also had a teacher and a boy. There was always a rumor that they had an affair.
Oh, we had that one too.
And, you know, it was touch and go. People were like, I don't know, maybe yes, maybe no.
But it really is real. Just no one wants to say that it's real.
Well, then fast forward like 10 years and she's in the same school district as a few other classmates of mine.
Right.
And her son looks identical to the kid we graduated with. And I'm like, okay, so it was true. And he sired one of your children. Sired.
I like sire.
Sired.
My lady.
Anyway, so my girlfriends and I can't tell if they really want to do this or if they just want to get closer to Becky and kick me out, which wouldn't be the first time they've struck a coup like this against me. But they want to do like a scripted series on our small town and have Becky narrate it.
I think it would be terrific.
It's just...
Because anything to keep me off of the squatters and the froggers.
And the great news about it is we all came out
phenomenally.
Yes.
And maybe that's the thing too. Maybe that's the lesson to the youth of today. Instead of being so sad, listen, get out there. Get yourself involved.
Yeah, get yourself involved. That was my motto in college. What are you going to do? Get yourself involved. Just go get yourself involved.
It sounds like Tracy Flick from, what was Reese Witherspoon in, what is that movie? Election?
Oh, yeah. I've never seen Election. But I will watch Legally Blonde on repeat on an airplane ride.
Oh, it's so
because I know
good.
that I can't get scared from it. Safe movie.
Nothing scary.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is, listen, we have always prided ourselves on finding the humor in things. And when you look at the world right now, and there's so many things, including the Fauci thing, where you can be super pissed, super mad, super scared. There's so many scary things happening right now. You do have to laugh about it. And you do have to look back and be like, there are things I was super, super scared about when I was younger, and we survived.
Yes.
We made it through.
We made it through the rain.
And there is laughter. I also thought, due to Punky Brewster, I might die in a freezer one day.
But
remember
honestly,
when Sherry got stuck in there?
They changed laws because of that. That was a very effective.
It was effective.
So now if you've got a fridge, you have to take the door off of it if you're putting it by the garbage.
You do?
Yes, it's like a law.
Okay.
After that.
My concern is that, not to say that my friends didn't try to put me in a dryer, a trunk, and a freezer at one point.
Well, you were little. You could fit.
Well, that's the thing. They also used to throw me through this hole in somebody's house.
What?
Because I was little and it was fun to watch them throw me through the hole.
Did you hit your arms?
But in hindsight, why were we hanging out at a house that had a hole in it?
It's fair. It's fair.
Okay. But I always thought to myself, you do not get in a freezer, please. Okay. Punky Brewster taught us that. Do not get in a fridge, but they don't automatically lock from the inside. You just kick her open.
I don't know if that's true because I remember thinking the trunk thing was going to happen a lot.
You
know,
get locked in a trunk.
that happened in a lot of TV shows
Oh, that's right.
before they added in the, right? I mean, that seemed like a very real possibility.
Yeah, getting locked in a trunk was. My friends put me in a trunk once to sneak into a concert.
Well, that's different.
You know the concert that I got moshed on?
That one?
So that was back in paper ticket days. And, you know, this is on my friends too. So you know what? F off. They bought me a ticket for my birthday to go to this outdoor concert.
Amazing.
Well,
This is
how
before the mosh pit. This is day one.
They had bought it for me like months in advance.
Yeah.
But you had to, back in the day, you had to hold on to your paper ticket, whether it be a concert or a flight or otherwise.
You were in trouble if you
You
didn't.
know, I lost that in seconds. I can't. I just recently got medicated, you guys. It's been a tornado for 47 years, okay? So I lost it immediately, but I still wanted to go. And we did not have another $31 to get a second ticket.
Well, no.
for
What
the
are you,
weekend.
Rockefeller? Yeah.
Yeah. A Rothschild? Scary. So they're like, well, you're just going to go in the trunk. And they put me in the trunk and I thought I could do it. And they closed that trunk and
Did you freak out?
I went so ballistic they had to stop the car
Oh, it
and
makes
get me
me
out.
even lose my breath right now.
And my dear friend, you know who you are, I love you so much, she got in and she gave me her ticket and she rode in the trunk.
So how did you had to get past security at like the,
Well, like when you drive in, it's like one of those all day festivals. where
oh,
you
like out,
tent.
yes.
So they, you know, at that time, again, Officer Smith was probably standing there with a breathalyzer to make sure you had more fun than you're supposed to. You know, they just peeked in your car and however many bodies were in there, they needed tickets.
Yeah.
They didn't like check you for anything.
Right.
That was before they would check your bags or check you for
Humans.
drugs and alcohol. And then one last thing I was really scared of when I was younger, and I realized we don't need to be scared of this. And this is again because of Macaulay Culkin, Veda, and my girl was killer bees. And I know they're a thing, but because of that movie, I thought for sure,
Yeah.
if you came across a bee, you would be swarmed and you would die.
Well, and also, how would you know that it's not going to kill you?
Correct.
How do you know if you have that allergy?
Well, yes.
You don't know till you know.
You don't know till you're dead. And again, parents, I know you're doing the best, but back in the day, parents didn't sit you down and have a reasonable discussion with you.
No.
Like if I was like, Dad, I'm a little scared. There's a bee. He's like, get over it.
Right.
I've been stung 50 times. So again, kids now say they have depression. Kids in the 90s said, I'm a hoe.
I think it's all in how you self-identify. It's all in your vision of yourself.
I do have another crush on somebody, and it's
Ooh.
inappropriate. Well, no, he's a consenting adult, but Marcelo Hernandez from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, is he cute?
He's the Dominican younger guy, and he is hysterical.
Did you see him with Kevin Hart?
But also, yes, I think he is hysterical. But he tells this story, and he's in my algorithm a lot because I love a funny guy, and he's cute. And in one of his stand-up shows, he says how him and his sister, when they were little, they tried to get depression. And
His mom wouldn't let him.
It seemed great. Like you got depression, you could skip school, you got fun medicine. Like your parents would be, you didn't have to do as many chores.
Yeah.
And he's like, so me and my sister tried to get depression. He's like, but because I think he said his dad's Dominican and his mom's Cuban or vice versa.
Yeah.
He's like, but because I have Dominican and Cuban parents, they're like, no, yeah, you don't have depression.
Nope.
He's like, so I just didn't get it. My mom just said, you don't have it.
You don't get to.
So I didn't get it. And he chalks that up to having Dominican and Cuban parents. And I would say the same thing for having parents of the 80s and 90s.
You don't get to.
My mom was like, no, you're not afraid of bees.
There's no, not on my watch.
Yeah, if there is a weird van with candy, just run, idiot. Like, just don't get in. Like, don't be dumb.
Yeah, right.
And we don't have a fridge big enough for our food, much less you. So shut up. So I feel like our parents of the 80s and 90s could also be like mismatched with her.
So what's the midpoint between the way we were raised and like gentle parenting? What they do now?
You and I.
I think so too.
Let's write a book.
Here's what you do.
Common sense parenting.
Pull your head out.
Yeah.
.com.
Pull your head out of your butt. Like, show up once in a while.
Yes.
Try to show up.
Pull your head out of your ass. Get yourself involved.
Yeah. Get yourself involved. Just a little. Just go to one game she cheers at. Please. She has free tickets. No? Still not? Okay. In my mom's defense, when she did come one time, a guy threw chew spit on her head. I think I told that
that's
story. Remember?
right.
So
That would run you off.
But my mom and dad were amazing parents. They did the very best they can, and they worked their asses off.
Yes.
never took a dime from anybody and worked their asses off.
That's how I feel about my mom too.
And that's how Miss Jackie
Crushed it. Yeah.
as well. Oh, another crush I have. We could also turn this into crushes I've had along the way.
Okay.
And really none of this makes sense. So I think like my husband, sometimes people are like, doesn't your husband ever get mad at who you say you have your crush on? And I'm like, well, first of all, they're ridiculous crushes. And second of all, none of them match. So,
And you don't have a type. Do you have a type?
well, that's what I'm about to tell you.
Oh.
Started with Brian Boitano. Moved into me practicing French kissing on a poster of Kirk Cameron in my bedroom. Okay.
Really cute. They're both really cute.
Yes. I do have a current crush on Marcelo, who is a 20-something-year-old
Is he? I mean, is he
comic.
even? Yeah.
I
he's
don't even know. He is so
little
adorable.
teeny tiny baby.
He's so adorable, so funny. And he tried to get depression. I tried to have a fear of any sort. And my parents like, no.
You don't get to.
I'm like, I might drown. I don't know how to swim. And they're like, figure it out. Come on. Who doesn't know how to swim?
I do think about that with those babies. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
Do they teach the babies how to do that, or do they naturally know how to do that?
Naturally know how to do it.
It's
They naturally know how to
wild.
do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No drowning on my watch.
No. Another crush though that I have, I'm just getting into Only Murders in the Building. I know this is a few years
Oh,
old.
it's so cute.
Have you watched the whole series?
All the way through. Yeah.
If you are looking for an interesting giggle,
Okay.
I think it's hysterical.
Oh, it's great.
and it's also like interesting. It's not boring by any means.
No.
And it does have murder, so it keeps my husband's attention.
Yeah.
But it's not so like overly gory and
No,
gross.
no.
You guys, Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah.
I have loved them since The Three Amigos.
Yes.
With Chevy Chase. They are so funny. They're some of our last, I feel like, physical comics.
Yeah.
Who do comedy with physicality.
Oh, Martin Short for sure.
But the two of them star in it with Selena Gomez, who I think is excellent. I do want her to move her mouth a little bit more when she talks. Why does she talk like this all the time? But she did grow up in a time where you could have depression if you so choose.
You know what you should do is watch the documentary about Martin Short that they just put out.
Is it good?
Lawrence Kasdan did it.
I don't rain on any of my love for him.
No, it is nothing but love. It is that he is so lovable. His friendships that he has created.
Is he having a secret affair with Meryl Streep?
I think he is.
I'm even more into it.
And you know what, though? It actually frames it because of his deep, deep love affair with his wife, who is no longer with us, and it broke his heart. It would just be so wonderful for him to come out of that and have a nice, fun.
Do you think Steve Martin and Martin Short, again, father of the bride, you can't go wrong with the two of them?
The best.
Are they the last good Hollywoods?
Oh,
Like the
I see what.
last
Yeah,
good Hollywood people
from that generation,
like who aren't taken over by these corrupt elites, who have a weird agenda,
I'm worried though because, yeah,
and also are hysterically funny.
They are
and I
so
find myself
good.
physically attracted to them because they are funny. Okay, I do.
yeah, so charming.
I love them. Do
It's
you
a
think
great
they're the
show.
last two goods?
Well, here, you watch the documentary.
Okay,
they
don't ruin
spend
it.
a lot of time with Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg.
I don't want to hear about it then.
But they are friends. They are so connected with everyone in Hollywood.
They are so funny.
Yeah.
Their mannerisms, their facials.
I
they're
like how they
hysterical.
riff on each other too.
Oh, and I would like to know how much of it is it improv and how much of it is scripted between the two of them.
Here's what I know, that when they used to go on Johnny Carson or any of the late night shows, they would practice their chat for months. So I think it's pretty scripted.
Okay.
I think they really like to work
Workshop
out their
it?
stuff. Yeah.
We used to workshop every Saturday morning.
I know.
That is a muscle.
Remember when we were good at that?
Remember when we had skills? That was a muscle you had to flex.
Yes.
And if you listened to last week's episode with our friend Marv, I hope you enjoyed it. It was very interesting. It is a muscle you have to flex.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, am I still sharp? Because when
Yeah.
the cameras would go live and we would go out there and, again, I mean, unreasonable delusional confidence. It's Amy and Tina. It's Steve and Martin. It's Becky and Aaron. Move over, Bert and Ernie. We got you covered. Okay. It is a muscle we had to flex. I'm like, are we flexing it enough here?
Yeah. Interesting.
Are we too comfortable with all of you guys? Because like over there, we were really comfortable, but we also got our butts handed to us a lot for being.
I think it's like juggling. Like we had to do all of it at the same time. You had to be funny and charming and sell and keep it natural. And
Do you think we should start putting like James and my dog Teddy in here and then like a radio over there just to keep us sharp so that we
have
don't
somebody in your ear?
so that we don't lose it?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Because we workshop just like the greats, Martin Short and Steve Martin.
That's right.
Now we just sit here and talk with all of you guys, and we love you so much. Thank you.
Well, here we'll do a prez. How about that? That's a good segue into. We'll do a little prez today.
Should we do a presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. It has been an hour of laughs, I hope.
Yes.
Just something to take your mind off things. I did want to touch on something. I didn't even approve this with you, so you can cut it out if you want.
Okay.
Or are you going to cut out the story about the time my D.A.R.E
Hell
officer?
no, that's cold.
Shut up. If you're from my small town, shh. Shh. But if you do want to get in on the storytelling with us, please share more stories.
Yes.
Because it's crazy there. I do want to tell you that as of recording, it marks 4 years from when my dear grandma passed away. And we were so lucky to have her for many, many years. She was my mom's mom. Her husband, my grandpa, is still alive. He's 90 and a half years old.
God love him.
And grandma passed away at the end of July 4 years ago. And her birthday was August 5th. And so we had her celebration of life and her services on August 5th, which would have been at the time her 84th birthday. And it just seemed perfectly full circle.
That's right.
Way better than the D.A.R.E full circle that I just talked about.
No keg stands.
No keg
at
stands.
the celebration of life.
She entered this earth on August 5th and she was celebrated
That's
at the end of her
beautiful.
life on August 5th. But anyway, I'm going to bring this full circle as well. So I am the oldest of, I always lose track because the family now, my grandma and grandpa had 6 kids in 7 years. My mom is the oldest of them.
Yeah.
And then starting with me, I was the oldest grandchild. So which to me, I'm obviously the favorite and the best.
There's no question.
There's 17 of us. And then there's another 18 now, I think, great grandchildren. So
Wow.
30 some grandchildren.
And the original 6.
There's 70 of us in total, 71 in total with new babies. There's my cousins both just had 2 babies. So there's 71 of us in total if you add on spouses, which can now be from the grandchildren and great grandchildren and what have you. And we're of all ages. I mean, I have cousins who are the same age as my son.
Oh, right. And they're multiplying. I see what
We're
you
all
mean.
multiplying.
Yeah.
So there's 71 of us strong right now.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway, so I like to say it's because I was the favorite grandchild that I was asked to deliver her eulogy.
Oh, Aaron.
And my cousins would say it's because you're the oldest, so shut up and you talk the most.
And you wrestled the mic out of my hand.
Yes. And yes. And I made sure that they were too scared to go up there and yes. Said terrible things to them so they didn't want to do it.
And started playing I Need a Hero
Yeah.
as you're walking up.
It was at the same church I dreamt of dancing in.
Was it?
Yes. Where Father Mannion once
Of course
gave
it
his
was.
sermon. So it all came full circle, you guys. And my grandma would love that we were laughing about her celebration of life. You know, it's always sad to lose somebody, but it's fun to look back on it. But anyway, I did wear a sequins high heel to deliver the
She would have
eulogy.
loved it.
Well, my mom wanted everybody to dress in colorful colors because my grandma was just such a wonderful, beautiful person. She was completely the opposite of my mom and I, but she was a woman of great faith and she was the ultimate grandma and mom. And she was beloved. Everybody who met her just loved her. But she also sacrificed a lot and worked really hard. She outhoused the first 20 years of her life, worked on a farm,
that's right.
stood at every meal because there wasn't enough room for the girls to sit. She was one of 12. Anyway, she was lovely, lovely. So what I decided to do for the eulogy is I thought what would be best is I had every cousin and I said, I want you to give me your favorite memory, your favorite thing about grandma. And I want you to send it to me because I did, all kidding aside, I wanted the eulogy to represent
Everybody.
her huge family, not just me and all of the favorite memories.
But
she
you
had
would
with
have been there for 75 hours if everybody spoke.
Well, I said yes. And I said, and truly, my cousins are much more humble and quiet than I really am. You know, I don't know how to describe
Born
it.
this way.
I think I'm the only one who dreamt of dancing at the church pulpit. Just saying that way. In an off-the-shoulder red leotard, to be exact.
Of your own design.
I am the only one who prayed that Father Mannion would run out of things to say and ask me to come up and fill time.
Are you feeling well? Do you have flu-like symptoms? Do you need me to cover for you today?
So, a long story longer. Everybody all of my cousins and all of the their children who are old enough to remember grandma, what I did is on a Post-it note, I wrote down everything that they loved the most to kind of start seeing themes and where I wanted to go. Because if you've ever delivered a eulogy or even a speech for somebody, and it was kind of like in our jobs, what is the most important story to tell?
Yeah.
And how do you do the best job of educating or telling somebody and really representing who that person, or in our case, that product was? Grandma, you were not a product. But anyway, So I put it all together and decided to tell it through mine and my cousin's eyes. And there was themes along the way. And one of the themes, and this was 4 years ago, one of the themes is that my grandma had 11 brothers and sisters who all lived in the area. She had 6 of her own children, her husband. She had so many grandchildren. And like a lot of my friends thought of them as their grandparents too, because we would go over there all the time. And anyway, one of the themes from all of my cousins is no matter what was happening in the day, it could be any season, and it could be the youngest of the grandkids biking over at 5 years old. It could be, her oldest daughter, which would be my mom, in her 40s and needing help with something or just wanting to stop by. You could literally stop by at any time, at any day, and my grandma would drop everything. Anything she was cleaning, and she was a homemaker her whole life. If she was cleaning or working on a quilt or was doing a crossword puzzle or was gardening, she was a great gardener, or she was cooking, she would stop what she was doing. Yeah. And she would make time for you. Aww. And you could stay as long as you want. She never hurried you out. She always waited there until you were ready to leave. Yeah. And if you were there then for dinner, she would offer you dinner, and she would always have something to eat. And it wasn't until her passing, and I think a lot of us talking about it, that you realize it was one of those places you could show up anytime, any day for any reason, and the whole world would stop for you. Oh gosh, what a legacy. And she would say, and again, this kind of crushed my way overblown ego, but I was happy to hear it. Yeah. When you would show up, she would say to you, and I thought she would only say it to me, but she would say it to everybody. Yeah. She would look at you the minute you walked in, and she would say, "I'm so happy you're here." Oh, I love it. She would walk in, and I'd go, "Hi, Grandma," and she'd go, "I'm so happy you're here." Oh my gosh. Or her son would walk in, and she'd go, "I'm so happy you're here."
And there's never a bad time.
It was never a bad time. But then when we were naming this podcast, what happened is right after she died, I had a big neon sign made that said, "So happy you're here," that I put in my basement. Yeah. And that's where the kids hung out. And I'll never be the woman my grandma was. I just won't be. It's up here. But I wanted to create the same environment where I felt like anybody who came to my house, especially if you made it into the basement, that's where you hang. Yes. I am so happy you're here.
It's perfect.
I love how she did that. I had that sign made, and then when we were starting this, and we were like, what were we going to call it? We called it "So Happy You're Here" because I also always want Becky, for sure. Yeah. I get mad when she knocks on my door. I want her to walk right in. And I want all of you to know, truly, we both are.
It's so true.
So happy you're here. Yeah. And I think we need to make more space and time for truly being happy that you're here and not worrying about what's happening next.
Making those connections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sitting and giggling and visiting.
Yes.
And, my grandma did it in a completely different, much more ladylike and appropriate way than I do.
And you don't want us to feed you.
No, no. But if I do suggest ordering out, like, for sure, take advantage. For sure. But yeah. And Becky will pour you a drink. But
that is anyway, so I just thought, dear. I love it.
The 4-year anniversary of her passing. Yeah. And we are about to we always have a little family reunion now at my house to celebrate her birthday and to get together with my grandpa. I thought that was when I said to Becky, could we name it "So Happy You're Here"? Yes. Even without that full backstory, I think it is.
It's perfect.
And it's a reminder that we are so happy you're here anytime, any day.
Wow.
For any reason.
What a great story. I love that.
It's always a good time for us to visit.
That's right.
It's always a good time for good girlfriend time, even if it's about ridiculous stories that don't mean anything.
It frequently is.
They're very important.
They are.
They're very important. So with that, we love you so much. Your buns look good. I hope everybody checked out Countess
the workout.
Workout in a fedora and Ramona's unhinged reels.
The Golden Years is coming up. I don't know when that actually launches, but they're doing a lot of, you can tell, they're doing some pre-promotion.
I'm going to need you to watch it ahead of me. Okay. Because if Kelly Ben Simone is rage baiting me, I can't watch. Right. That woman is, it would take a lot for me to see.
I might have to clean up the episode and take out her parts.
Yes. But anyway, your buns look good. You're the most fun.
We're crazy about you.
Hanging out with you. I hope you have a great week. Truly so happy you're here, and we'll catch you next time. If you want to move better, if you want to feel better, if you want to perform better, and who doesn't, you've got to check out Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia is one of our original supporters. It is brought to you by Erin Teets. And what she does is she helps relieve aches and pains with fascia-focused activations. She is a best-selling DailyOM course creator who does personalized sessions that help you feel your absolute best. You can check her out on Instagram, Patreon, or YouTube. And when you do, use the code HAPPY20 to let her know that we sent you and to get a special discount exclusive to our listeners. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
Help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.